Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight is Saturday, the 18th of January, 2025. We're going to do a little technical analysis on XRP. Right now, I'm sitting in this little thermal room that I built around this stove because me and my wife, we're off-grid in Virginia, inside of a barn that we're converting into a barndominium. So we usually make videos about off-grid living, homesteading. We're going to start a glamping business. Maybe you guys can come check that out sometime. Overlanding, I got a Titan. We're going to start overlanding, and I'll do product reviews. But as of late, since I've been stuck in the house and it's snowing, we're getting 5 to 6 inches tomorrow. I've been making videos on XRP. So my wife's in New York, man. I got nothing to do right now. I'm kind of bored and lonely. It's Saturday night and I ain't got nobody. I got some money, gonna buy XRP. XRP. That's how Gary Gensler says it, XRP. But if you want to buy XRP, you don't want to buy it at the top. Right now, it's double topping out. I'll show you about that. You want to wait for it to retrace and find a good little entry level. So we're going to talk about Fibonacci retracements. XRP on the daily. What does that mean? That means that each one of these candles represents a day. So if you go up here where it says D, you can pick a time indication. I can open this up. I can make these candles represent a minute, an hour, a day. I'm keeping it on the day. And I'm just showing you what I do. Everybody does technical analysis different. The first thing I'll do when I see a chart, I determine, are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? What's it look like we're in? We're in an uptrend, right? And that started way back here in November. What happened then? Somebody won the election, Trump, okay? So I know we're in an uptrend. Now what I like to do after that is I like to figure out a parallel channel that kind of shows me my support and resistance in this uptrend. So this is how you do a parallel channel. So I'm going to go up here to this drawing tool, and what does it say? It says trend line tools. I click on that little arrow. I go down to a parallel channel, and then this is how you draw a channel. I find support on the bottom that's going up like this. Look, I'm going to hit this one at the bottom. I'm going to hit that one at the bottom, and I'm going to hit that one at the bottom. I can kind of see it already. Here we go. I'm going to go up here. There's my support, and then I click on it like this, and then you move it up, and then you click on it again. There is my parallel channel in an uptrend. You watch my other videos, look, I'm repeating the same thing over and over again because I'm trying to teach you what I do, and you'll start picking up on it. Look, even though we're in an uptrend in this channel, this in the macro, right? In the micro, look, you can be in an uptrend in an uptrend channel, and then you can be in a downtrend in the micro. And now we're back in an uptrend. So here's one of the things I want to tell you about this channel. This is support, bam, bam, bam. That's where you want to buy on support. That is resistance. That's where you sell. Here's another thing about this channel, this double line, dotted line, excuse me, right there. When you're below it, that's bearish in this channel. When you're above it, that's bullish. So look at the price action. We're going up here, right? And we hit that line. Right when we hit that line, that turned it bullish, and then we get a big green candle. Then it topped out. This is called a double top. And then it came down and it started riding this line. It didn't know what it wanted to do. And then right when it broke the line, that's a bearish signal, and you got a big red candle. Then we come down here, look, and we bounce off support. We bounced off support. Everybody saw we bounced off. So that means it's going to go the other way. Then what do we get? A big green candle. I'll teach you guys about candles later and how you can use that as a trading tool. And then it kind of comes up a little bit, and it comes back and it bounces on support again. And then once it bounces off and everybody thinks, hey, it bounced off, it's going to keep going, what do we get? A big green candle. But now we're coming up to this dotted line right here, and we're having a hard time getting across it. We're still kind of bearish. We're down in this part right here. And you can see what's going on is we have a double top here. A double top is like that candle, the red candle, and that green candle. You can see they're kind of even on the top. That's a double top. That's kind of like bearish. This black line is the all-time high. I drew that by looking all the way back in the back. So let me change the time frame. Let me show you how I did that. I'll go up here to daily, and now I'm going to change each one of these candles to represent a month, so I can see more information on here. Let me get rid of this guy right here. Okay, so now look, this looks like a hot mess when you change the time frame, right? So this is how you can manipulate the screen. So when I pull down on this right here, this little price bar, I'll pull down. You can see it makes it a little shorter. Look, when I click on here, I clicked on here, and then I scroll with my wheel. I can take it back. I can take it forward. Once I click on it, I can move it around. So let me drag it over to here, and then I'm going to open it up with this right here. I click, I'm dragging my wheel up, and I'm opening it up. You see that? There we go. Now look, all the way in the back is our all-time high. Let me drag my wheel. I'm pulling my wheel down now. There's the all-time high back there. That's why I drew that line. And that's our line right here for our all-time high. Stick with me. I'm kind of showing you, like, when I look at a chart, what do? How do I map it out, right? This is an art form. This is what I do. People do different things. It's whatever works for you. We're eventually going to get to the Fibonacci retracement, but we're just drawing our chart out right now. I found my all-time high, which is that black line. You know, the first thing I do is I'll find out what kind of trend we're in. Then I draw a parallel channel. Then I find resistance, our all-time high. Now I want to find support, and then we can start kind of getting into the details. Where's support? Support, you go back here and you look at where did it top out at? What was the highest? That was a resistance. Look at this. This is where it topped out at. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to draw this line. I'm going to go right here. Trend lines, and I'm going to go down the horizontal line, and right here where it was a double top on those little wicks, I'll go like this, bam. This was resistance at one time, right? It's the top of the ceiling. It bounced all over it. Couldn't get through it, and look, it broke through it. Once it breaks through resistance, once it breaks through the ceiling, you're on to the next level. You're upstairs on the second floor now. Once you break through that resistance, that ceiling, it becomes the floor. It becomes support. And it's verified when you retest it. What does retesting mean? Look, I broke out of this resistance, and retesting means the price goes up and comes back and touches that line and bounces off of it. That's a retest. That confirms that you were heading higher. This resistance is now support. So here is my support. My support's at 290. Look at the black number that correlates to that black line. Here's my resistance. Look at that, 331. That correlates to that black line. All right, so here, that's where we're at right now. I'm going to say it again. First thing I do is I see if we're in an uptrend. I draw a parallel channel. I find my resistance. Then I find my support. And then I talked all about what's going on here. Let's just talk about what's happening. I think it's going to trade sideways for a while because, look, it's double topping. It's hitting this resistance. That's all-time high. A lot of people are selling here. They bought a long time ago, and they just want to get out. They're not XRP believers like we are. So it can maybe trade in between here, right? But let's look at this. Do you want to buy when it's going up like this and it looks like it's double topping out on this blue line that it can't cross over? You know, it's getting kind of weak, and I can tell you why it's weak. Check this out. Now I'm going to double click on this, and I already put my volume in here. How do you get your indicators? You go up here, and if you open this up, this little arrow right there, you have all these indicators right here on the technicals. Sorry, my thing's slow. I'm on a satellite. I'll hit technicals, and then you can go through all kind of things. Volume, MACD, RSI, whatever works for you. Everybody does their thing. Here's volume. What I'm telling you about the volume on these last three candles, look, the price went up a little bit. It went up a little bit, but the volume's coming down. The volume's coming down. That means this trend is getting weak. I do not want to buy here. This is a double top, right? On this dotted line that it can't get past. It's hitting that resistance at all-time high. I want to wait for a pullback. I want to wait for it to either come back down to this support, where I drew that line that used to be resistance, and that is at 290, or I want to wait for it to hit the bottom of this channel, maybe right here. That's at what, 259. But let me show you another way you can find out where it might retrace. It's called Fibonacci retracements. Just bear with me. Look, this is a lot of information, man. If you're new to this kind of stuff, you know, start looking in like an Investopedia, I think it's called. Like, what is resistance? What is like parallel channels? What is support? All these kind of things. What's a double top? And just start learning. You know, you guys have the internet now, YouTube. I used to read like these magazines, man, about trading magazines. And I used to buy books that were like this thick that cost hundreds of dollars. You know, you can see everything on YouTube now, just like you're watching me, right? So let's get into Fibonacci retracement. Let's go back to the chart. So I want to get rid of all this stuff, right? I can double click because I have the volume up here. I put my MACD. I'll tell you about that later. We're not going to study that right now. I double click on this and it just gives me the price. I want to get rid of all these tools, right? Let me get rid of this little advertisement. And then I'll go down here to this trash can. Come on, work with me, baby. Go down to this trash can. And then it'll say remove drawing tools. Bam, they're all gone. Now here's Fibonacci retracement. We're going to talk, this already retraced. Look, it went up high, right? There was a double top. And then where do you buy back in? Where is it going to bounce? That's what you would do Fibonacci retracement, to find out where to buy before it goes up to the next leg. We're going to do Fibonacci retracement on this next leg now. We want to figure out, look, it double topped out, just like it double topped here. It double topped here. Now it's probably going to go down. Where can we buy in? So this is how you draw a Fibonacci retracement. Let me pull back a little bit here. Let's open this up. I'm going to scroll up. That makes it bigger. I can click and I roll my wheel and kind of spread it out a little bit. There we go. I can see things better now. So a Fibonacci retracement is a tool that I'm going to draw from the beginning of this impulse move. Like I see a lot of support right here. This is like the floor. This is the opportunity to get in. This is the impulse move. I wouldn't draw from here. I see more of a floor here. And look, this is all like, it's an art form, man. It's like, you know, somebody might draw from here. I draw from there, whatever works for you. But I'm going to go up here. Here's Fibonacci retracement tool. I go up here and I hit Fibonacci retracement. This is how you draw it. I'm going to be down here where the impulse move starts. I'll click and I draw it to the very top right here where this wick is. Boom. There's your Fibonacci retracement. So what does this mean? If you have these numbers right here, okay, these are Fibonacci numbers, 786, 618. Of course, there's a point in front of it, 0.5, 0.382, 236. Usually what happens when it double tops out like this, it'll come down and bounce off one of these numbers and then keep on going in a bull market. So right now, you can see it kind of bounced off the 236 at 312 a couple times. Look, we hit it here. We hit it here. We actually came down to the 382, which is 295 once. That was 3 days ago, because remember, each one of these candles are 3 days. So, you know, where would you buy? I would pick one of these numbers and maybe put an order in. I'm not telling you what to do, but you probably could have bought it at 312. Right now, it's at 325 Fibonacci. When you're in a bull market, it doesn't retrace that much. When you're in a bear market and things are going up, it'll retrace all the way down like to the 618 to like 268, $2.68. But we're in a bull market. So you can see it bounced off this Fibonacci 236 at $3.12. It bounced off there and it bounced off there. It actually, you could have got it at 295 too. Look, which one do you pick? That's going to be up to you. But those are your retracement numbers on the Fibonacci. Just showed you how to draw the Fibonacci. We don't know where it's going to retrace to, right, and keep bouncing. But the way you kind of learn to do this stuff is you put the Fibonacci back in history and see what happens. Let's go back in history and draw a Fibonacci and see where it retraces from. So we did the Fibonacci on this little leg up. Let's do it on this whole leg right here. And it topped out right there. And you think it topped out, you're like, it's going to pull back. Where can I buy again? And then it'll keep on going. So let's do a Fibonacci. We'll go over to here. Click on that, go to the Fibonacci retracement. How do you draw it? You start from the bottom of the impulse move, and you go all the way to the top right here. Right, bam. Now, here's your numbers. There's your Fibonacci numbers. Let it focus for a second. Okay, it went all the way up to 289. The first pullback would be 233, 198, 170, 142, and so on. Now, let's look at what it looks like. Look at these lines right here. Look at how this hit that 3 times, 4 or 5 times on the Fibonacci. You could topped out at 289 and bought it back at 198. Look at that. Here's another Fibonacci retracement that it hit a lot. Look at this at the $2.33. It just basically bounced off of that. It was support for a while, broke through, it became resistance, and then it went down to this Fibonacci, 198. So here's the thing too. Usually when it breaks through a Fibonacci, not wicking, but breaks through like a whole body candle. This isn't breaking through, that's just a wick. But look, you're bouncing all this Fibonacci and then it breaks through. It'll usually stay in that channel and then it just needs to get out of that channel and go up into the next one. A lot of information. Kapow! Look, the way you learn this stuff, instead of just listening to me, open up TradingView and just play around, man. Open up TradingView and just follow along with me. Like I said, we usually do videos on off-grid living, homesteading, glamping, overlanding, to do product reviews. We're converting this barn to a barnuminium. But since it's winter time, not much going on right now, I'm doing crypto videos. So my followers for that kind of stuff, they're not watching this. This is just me and you and our crypto friends. So guys, we appreciate you if you could subscribe and hit the notification bell. Look, I'm doing something for you. Maybe you can do something for us. We're trying to monetize this channel because we're living in the middle of nowhere, 2 hours away from everything. I'm a registered nurse. There's no jobs out here. We're trying to get this channel going. You know, leave a thumbs up. Just take your finger right now. Do me a favor and go, bing, hit a little thumbs up. Leave a comment. Help us out a little bit. Guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Homestead Overland, Virginia.